I think we're live. What's up, guys? I'm glad you're here. This is super exciting. You could probably figure it out from the title and the thumbnail, but I'm playing against Eric Rosen, and this is really exciting because I remember watching Eric's videos on YouTube like years before I even thought about starting a YouTube channel. So it's pretty exciting to get a chance to play against him. So we're going to be doing, we were going to do a best of 5, but we decided we're going to play at least 4 games, regardless of, like, even if I lose the first 3, we'll still play 4 games, rapid games. It's going to be 10-minute is the time control. And just so you know, Eric is definitely the favorite. So I'm a national master. He's an international master. And for those of you who don't know what that is, national master in the United States is the lowest title. Basically, you get your rating to 2200 and you get the title. You're national master. Cool. Like that's it. International master, I think the rating cutoff is 2400. I could be wrong. I think it's about 2400. But you also have to get 3 norms, IM norms, which basically you have to play in like certain tournaments with different strong players, and you have to get a certain score, and you have to get 3 of those, and it's much more difficult. So just throwing that out there, he's definitely the favorite. But hopefully I can still like put up a good fight and hopefully have some good games. So my heart rate is already almost 100. Wow. I actually did some push-ups earlier, and I don't know if that's like affecting it or not. But anyway, we're going to start here in just a few minutes. And are we doing the treadmill gambit? No, not today. Not today. So, yeah, we will start in just a few minutes, guys. So hope you're excited. Oh, I did link Eric's channel in the description. So if you haven't seen his channel, make sure you check it out. Like I said, he's been posting clips from his Twitch on YouTube for like a long time. But yeah, definitely go check that out if you haven't. So 10-minute games. I think I said that already. 10-minute games, no increment. Actually, I need to move the board. Looks like it's a little bit shifted. Hold on one second, guys. Let me fix this. And yeah, earlier I was testing the heart rate monitor. I was like between 70 and 80, already starting at 90. It's kind of crazy. Yes, exactly. Promoting the small creators like Eric. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I thought about studying some like specific lines, but then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to wing it and go with it. So I'm pretty sure Eric knows about the Halloween Gambit. I mean, I've seen him play it, so I definitely know that he knows like at least some stuff. I don't know how much, but yeah, we might get a Halloween Gambit. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try to relax, just make good decisions, not sacrifice too many pieces, unless, of course, it's a brilliant. Here we go. I'm getting the challenge right now, guys. Good luck to Eric. Oh, where did it go? Wait, there it is. There it is. All right, here we go. And he gets white. All right, let's do this. I'm still going to try to explain my thought process, but I'm also going to try not to lose on time. So, okay, I thought he was going to play this. You know what? I don't want to mess with any shenanigans, so I'm going to play D6 here. Let's just maybe try to play a quick E5 if we can. I know there's like lots of traps that Eric knows, so I'm just trying to play something that avoids the traps. I feel like if I can avoid getting in a trap for this entire match, that's like a huge win. So just trying to play some moves that haven't been played before and see what happens. He plays E4. Okay. I'm pretty sure I can play like E5 at some point. Maybe even now. Let's do it. I looked at this. I have looked at this line before, I think. I'm pretty sure it's bishop G4. Because here's the idea. When we take, we want to be able to recapture with the rook, right? So that's why we want to get the bishop out, so we can defend our queen. Now, he does have f3, but when we recapture, we're going to also hit the bishop, so I think we can get away with this move. I'm pretty sure we can get away with this. Okay, yeah, so now we take back, we hit the bishop, and our queen is defended, so we don't have to capture with the king. What's better, NM or IM? Yeah, definitely IM. IM is significantly better, so... The fact that our ratings are kind of similar really doesn't paint the whole picture, because I think Eric just doesn't play a lot of rapid on this account. So now we have to save the bishop, probably just going back here, right? There's bishop b5, but I don't think that's a huge deal. If we get bishop c5, I kind of like this diagonal for my bishop, actually. Yeah, I think if he plays bishop b5, I'll just go bishop c5 and just get it right away. I don't know what else he would play. It just feels like the most obvious move. Probably doesn't want to trade. I mean, I guess he could do that. The fact that he's thinking right now is a good sign. It's a really good sign. Probably means I'm not going to fall into a trap, unless, of course, he's just remembering the trap. But I think my position looks pretty good, right? I think this is probably all I could hope for out of the opening. He does go bishop b5. Yeah, I think this is where I want this bishop to be. Yes, I might get doubled pawns, but he has to give up the bishop pair. And I mean, this bishop looks really dangerous, so I like that. I like that one a lot. I think I'm going to try to castle. I wonder if there are any tactics here. Okay, he's going to trade. All right. I think we definitely take back this way. Now I can castle. What's going to happen? My pawns are going to get all messed up. Or I can trade. He's probably going to take with the king. Let me think about this. I guess I could also go king e7. Is king e7 better than castling? Does it allow knight d5? I don't think I have to worry about that. The thing about king e7 is we could always take back with the king. We are pinned, but I'm not sure. I don't want to overthink this. I'm just going to castle. I don't want to overthink it. Maybe king e7 was better, but I want to keep my time advantage if possible. Now he might take here, since the knight's threatening to move. He's probably going to try to mess up the pawn structure, I would expect. But we have a lead in development. He still needs 2 moves, right, to finish the development here. So maybe we can make something happen in those 2 moves. Not totally sure. Even though the pawn structure is going to be bad, I feel like the piece activity might make up for it somehow. Oh, wait, he's not going to take it. Interesting. He's not going to take it. So that does allow me to go knight d4 if I want to. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, what's the idea? Takes. Why would I want to do that? Let's just say 92. We could play a6. You could play h6 to maybe force a trade here and try to get the bishop pair. Okay, we'll do that. I don't know. I'm just not sure what the follow-up is after knight d4. So if we get the bishop pair, I think I would be happy with that. Yeah, he doesn't want to trade that, which makes sense. So we can play g5, but then we have a problem here, potentially. Oh, do I have... Wait a second. Do I have knight b4? Potentially winning a pawn? Kind of an annoying threat, isn't it? Would I actually take that pawn, though? Takes b3. What's going on there? I don't know. I feel like I might be getting down the wrong track if I do that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. What if I go knight b4, bishop a4, like bring my bishop in? I don't know. It just looks pretty annoying, those bishops there. Okay. I like that, actually. Let's try knight b4. Let's try it. I mean, I'm expecting something like bishop a4, but I guess, let's see, how else could you defend this pawn? No, rook d2 doesn't make sense. I think he has to play bishop a4. I don't... Actually, hold on. Hold on. What if I trade... Let's just say the king takes. Could I win a pawn? Takes b3. Then we could go c6 trying to trap his bishop. King c1, b5, king b2 takes... Okay, but then he sacks it. No, then I could sack it. Yeah, I think we might win a pawn, right? Am I missing something? You take with the knight. We just take it. Okay, I gotta go for it, I guess. The king's gonna take, I suspect. And then I'm gonna try to be greedy. I'm gonna try to be greedy and win a pawn. It might be a terrible idea. But it looks like takes b3. He's gonna try to trap me, but I go c6. And I trap his bishop. Oh, he has knight c3 immediately, though. Hold on, knight c3 immediately. Okay, wait a second. So king takes b3, c6, knight c3, b5. That would actually just be a trade. I could play bishop e3, trying to get my rook over. Oh, he takes with the knight. Oh, is he still... Oh, wait a second. So he went to play c3. He wants to play c3 and trap my piece that way. Oh, what if I take with a bishop? Then c3, we can go knight d3 check. King goes here, rook comes over. What is happening? Okay, if we take with the knight, c3 looks bad. Although, is it that bad? Is it that bad? We take with the bishop, b3. No, then we could take here. I think we're getting a bunch of pawns. So bishop takes. Yeah, maybe I can just do this, right? Maybe I can just do this. Okay. Let's not get too far behind on time. So let's just play quickly here. Like usually you have to be really careful because if they trap it, it's just gone. But in this case, he can't do that. Okay, so he's basically just saying, okay, fine, take the pawn. I'm just going to get my pieces out. And we're going to go from there. Okay. Maybe I'll go a6 and b5. Because this bishop is kind of... If I go b5 now... Oh, I forgot about this. He's defending that now, so I have to go back here. Or maybe he's going to trap my bishop. No, he can't trap it because I have b5. Okay. Ah, but he is able to mess up the pawn structure. I see that. Rook b8, b4, a5, check. Has to block. We attack. He goes there. We takes. He's pinned. I kind of like that. If he takes here, I kind of like that. Let's go rook b8. Let's go rook b8. Try to be aggressive here, not just defend everything. So a5, yeah, if he takes here, we take. This is still very annoying. This rook b1 thing is really annoying, I think. Because if you end up getting pinned, we're going to be in good shape, right? So that's why I think a5 is not a bad move. Okay, let's go. I got to just kind of trust my instincts and hope I'm right here because I don't want to get too far behind on time. That's how I always lose, right? I am giving a pass pawn, though. Actually, I don't know if this is... But we should be able to stop it easy enough. Okay, let's pre-move that. Yeah, that's probably a good move. Let's go here. He can't move the knight or I will go down and take this. So... yeah, I'm actually threatening c5. I'm actually threatening c5 here. And then coming down. He can play maybe king e3. No, but this still looks pretty good for me, I think. Okay, I didn't think about that. I have G6 or just C5. C5. Let's do C5. Feels like I don't have time for G6. Oh, he goes there. Hold up. Check. Then we have a fork. Let's keep the knight out. I don't want to trade rooks, I don't think. I mean, I'm up a pawn, but it's not a good pawn, right? Yeah, I'll probably... I have everything covered, so his rook can't invade at all. So I'm going to keep the rooks on the board. Play h5, maybe attack the knight here. Okay, he saw that. How do I get my knight into the game? Or my king? He's going to go knight here. Hmm. Trying to get this knight into the game, if I can. Uh-oh. Didn't want to get pinned. Hmm. No! No! Wait, but I get this pawn. Okay, it's not over. It's not over. I get this pawn. What is happening? What is going on? Oh, I get this pawn too. Somehow. No! Ah! Not like this. No. I didn't take his pawn. Oh, man. I should have just taken the pawn. I should have just taken the pawn. Oh, good game. Good game. All right, let's try that again. Ah. I mean, that's about as good as I could have hoped would have happened. I had a great start. I think we had a good chance. So, oh, he's playing the Sicilian. I don't actually know what he plays against Bishop B5. So I want to start with this and see. I don't know what he plays here. Just D6? Okay. Man. Let's go rook e1. Defend the pawn. Take this. c3 and d4 is what we want to do. There's some lines here. Yeah, there's a pawn sacrifice. Just have to remember now. Pretty sure it's bishop g5 here. And then what is it? Man, I haven't played these lines in so long. Is it, do I take the knight or do I just do something else? I really don't remember. That's the problem. I don't remember. I feel like it's like c4 or knight d2 or something like this. Man, I have no idea. I can't remember at all. All right, well, he's probably going to play e6. So knight here. Does that make sense? Trying to go here. c4 threatens d5, which looks pretty annoying. If he takes, then we take. e5 looks like it leads to some wild and crazy stuff. Oh, I don't think I mind c4. Let's play c4. I can't afford to lose all my time, so let's try this idea. I don't know. I feel like I feel like that's probably not the move, but I don't remember what it is. Maybe just taking. Maybe just taking in d5 would be more like what I should do. I just can't remember. Oh, that first game, man. I was 1 second too slow. All right, he's finally thinking. So this is probably, the fact that he's thinking probably means this is a bad move. But at least he doesn't know like the line. So it's, you know, it's something. Actually, I guess I should decide while he's thinking which way I'm taking back. I thought it was going to be the queen. Yeah, but this is not actually out of the question. Maybe this is bad because now you can take here, actually. Ooh. Yeah, I might be messing this up. I'm hoping that I can get some active play before he's able to castle. That's the idea, right? If we can get the knight into the game quickly, maybe the other rook, maybe we sack something before he gets castled. That's my plan anyway. Oh, you know what? Bishop takes f3. I might actually be able to take here. Look at that move. Because this is pinned. So if you take me back, I actually take here with a really interesting fork. Rook g8, then I take with the queen. All right, that's an idea. So maybe he won't take. e5 is probably what he's thinking about. So takes, we have two options. If we take with the rook, bishop e7. No, that's not going to be good. He does take. All right, hold up. Can we do this? Can we do it? Can he defend the bishop and the rook when my queen's on f6? I don't think so, right? Let's go. Let's go. That seems like the kind of move that you could overlook, because it's kind of a sneaky move. Okay, so he goes back, which means what? E5 doesn't do anything. Also could just go back here, keep the pin, which is pretty annoying. So hold up, let's start with the obvious. If I take, he plays rook g8. If I take, he comes down here. No, that doesn't look very good for me, does it? If I sack here, queen g7, rook goes to f8. Oh, I think what we should do is go here, because we're just going to keep a million different pins here. Look at this. Everything's pinned. You can't move this pawn. You can't move this pawn. Can't develop your bishop. You can't. It's very annoying. Sorry, I didn't mean to right click there. It's very annoying for the black king. And I'm going to go knight c3, knight d5, rook e d1 or something. And we're only down a pawn. Yeah, this has got to be good compensation. So he's probably going to try something like this. Let's just say queen c7, knight c3. e5. Okay, but even that doesn't actually threaten my queen, right? It doesn't actually threaten my queen. So, I mean... Oh, my monitor is... what is happening? Uh-oh, I have a message on my monitor, guys. Hold on, what is happening? Oh, go away. Okay, I got it to go away. I had to replace my monitor literally yesterday, and it... Yeah, anyway. Sorry. Okay. Rook g8, right, so he wants to play g5. Okay. So I think we just have to let that happen. Me play knight c3, or do I have a different move? Do I have a different move? You could go bishop g3 immediately, but I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, g5, bishop g7 is what he wants to do. Okay. Hmm. Knight c3, g5. What do I play? All right, I have to make a move, so I'm just going to have to hope that there's something here I don't exactly see, but I just feel like you got to get the pieces out, right? We need the rook. We need the knight. There's an interesting checkmate. Of course, he's not going to fall for this, but g5, knight d5, knight f6 checkmate would be kind of amazing. But he's going to either take my knight or just go bishop g7 and then it defends, right? Oh, bishop g7, I take the pawn. I just take the pawn. I just realized that. I didn't see that before. Okay, so we do have a move here. So he's going to play something else. What, e6? No, he's going to let me take that? Okay. So what's happening now? We got our pawn back. We just have an equal game at this point. I mean, I don't know how equal it is, actually, but we have something going on here. He could castle and try to invade. Wow. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Okay, so I can either take the pawn or decline by going bishop e5. If I take it, he goes rook d2. Let's just say I take this one. He takes this one. What is happening there? Okay, I could also just take here. Rook e2, we lose to the tactic, so we would have to play something like rook d1 takes, maybe knight d5. I think I like that. I think I like that. I guess you could still take here, but then we just take it back. My rooks seem more active, so that's probably fine. Yeah, knight d5 is a good move, I think, because if he has to take me here and open up the c file, the king all of a sudden might be in danger. Also, this pawn might just push down the board and become a queen. Okay, let's go. I could also take this way, but no, something about getting a passed pawn seems like the right decision. For some reason, I thought he couldn't do that. What was the reason? Okay. I could take the pawn too. Now, the question is, do we take with the pawn or do we take with the rook? He's definitely going to take this knight. He's most definitely going to take the knight. I'm not sure. Okay, let's take with the pawn. Feels like I'm messing this up somehow. I don't like that he has these two pawns here. This is not good. If I don't have some serious counterplay here, I'm going to lose the game because of these pawns. Yeah, I don't like that. So can we make something happen here is the question. I'm just hoping to throw in this move to give myself an escape from the back rank checkmate. Ooh, didn't consider that. Did not consider that. Probably have to play rook f1. Ouch. Do I have to play rook f1? That was a good move. I didn't think about that. Because I wanted to go here and try to invade, but I'm not going to be able to do that now. He's just going to push these pawns. Yeah. Man. Or do that. That's another way to do it. Okay. Well, we got to try to go over, but this is probably a lost cause here. Oh, I should have played h5 instead of king f1, maybe. Let's see. Takes. Do we have any tricks here? Do we have any tricks at all? I don't think so. You try to get this pawn, but he's not going to let us do it. He's going to go right here. And then we don't have anything. Otherwise, I'll play g3 and try to get it, but he's going to just do... Oh, or this, yeah. There's no way I'm going to be able to stop this. I don't think. Yeah, it's good. That's it. I don't actually know if I had a chance earlier or not. We'll analyze these games after the match and we can talk about some of that stuff. First game was better. First game was better than that one. Man. All right, let's try this again. Is he going to play d4 again? He plays e4. Okay. I don't know what he plays against the Scandinavian here. I have no idea what he plays against this. Probably like bishop b5. Oh yeah, called that one. I'm going to do this. I don't think this is like a main line. I'm just trying to play something that he doesn't know the line for. John Doe says, try to win this time. I will do that. I will do that. Knight f3. Can I play bishop g4? No. Check, check. That's a tactic, so we can't play bishop g4. We gotta go bishop d6. Oh, he plays d3. Okay. Let's go with the aggressive placement here. I'm going to try to castle quickly here, I think. And then just develop. Knight f3. I guess we go bishop g4. At least I feel like I'm putting up a good fight. I don't feel like I have gotten like totally blown off the board, so I feel good about that. But it would be nice to, to at least win one game. Interesting. I guess it doesn't work. So he has queen g4. Queen b6. Ooh, what's happening here? What is happening here, guys? And I kind of want to play queen b6, but am I walking into a trap of some sort? Knight a4, check c3. Probably not very good for me. Knight a4, huh? Check, king f1. Queen d4, c3. I guess that's not good for me either. So what do I play? What do I play? Bishop g4. I guess he's going to just take and trade. So we can't do that. I could defend, but then my bishop is stuck. I don't want to do that. I have to find a move here. Maybe rook e8. Okay, maybe rook e8. I'm trying to wait for him to play knight f3 so I can play bishop g4. But maybe he's not going to do that, or setting up some kind of a trap here. Oh, he just takes. So he wants to play 94? Well, he's just trying to trade, I guess. Okay. Can I stop that somehow? Not really. Unless I take this way. But that just seems way too risky, right? I guess I have to let him do it. When you sack a pawn in the opening, you don't want to just trade so many pieces. So that's smart, right? What he's doing. It makes a lot of sense. I thought he was going to take this bishop, but now I'm not so sure. What is he thinking about? I must be totally missing something. Is he thinking about this? No, surely not, right? No way. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to be very curious to watch the recap on that one. All right, I think we just do this. So we're down the pawn, but yeah, I don't really have much, do I? Got almost 2 minutes on the clock. That's the only thing I have. Guess we have a threat here. Probably doesn't want to castle there, because then I could... Sorry, I can't draw arrows. I could attack on the B file. I'm assuming... Actually, I don't know what he's going to play. I don't know what he's going to play here. C3. Queen E2, and that seems too slow. What is he going to play? He does play Queen E2. Okay. What happens on E4 exactly? He just takes? Huh. I guess he just takes it. Check. C3 here. No. He's got this annoying C3 move. All right. We just got to develop, I guess, and bring more pieces somewhere. Maybe rook B8. Okay. Hmm. How do we keep the pressure up? I feel like this is the moment, guys. I feel like this is the moment. We have to keep the pressure up. Attacking the pawn, he can maybe go rook B1, although E4. Ah, knight C5, actually. Hmm. Yeah, knight C5 is kind of interesting. He might just castle and give me the pawn back. But I feel like I have a good position if that happens, right? If you play B3, probably the same thing. B4. What's the deal with B4? B4, can I just go E4 takes check. I would consider A5, but then there's A4. I move. What happens there? Takes. I mean, that looks pretty good too, actually. A5. Okay, big time advantage. But Eric is very fast, so that doesn't really say too much. He still has plenty of time. Unless I can pose a big problem. He does go B4, yes. All right, let's just do A5. I think that's a good plan. It's an annoying thing. You have to take this way. Your pawns are really weak. Just go back. Keep the pressure here. Well, rook b1 now. Okay. Yeah. Knight c5 is interesting. Knight c5 is interesting. He castles. Queen c2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might be losing a piece here, guys. Man. Queen b5, the problem is he's going to take... Wait, no, I don't lose a piece, do I? Here, rook a1. I do lose a piece. I do lose a piece. Ah, not like this. All right, hold up. Man, I didn't see this move, guys. Queen b5, rook a1. I don't have a way to save my knight. Oh, knight b6. Wait, hold up. 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, so my options are sack it for 2 pawns, which is not totally crazy, or go here, knight b6. He is going to get this. Oh, my queen is trapped. My queen is trapped in that line. Queen b5. That's so unfortunate. I also did not even consider that move. c4 is even better. Because I had a plan. And that kind of ruins it. I should have sacked it. Should have sacked it. Okay, well, options are sack the queen for a rook and a pawn. Or I get nothing. I just get nothing. It's just a free knight. Man. That is so bad. That is so bad. There's even rook a1. I'm not going to get any compensation for this at all. Okay, so plan B is what? What's plan B here? Try to win on time. That's my only plan. I have 1 minute extra. Try to win on time. Okay, let's do this. How do we win on time? Just defend. Just defend everything. And play instantly because otherwise I lose. This is my last attempt to hold on to the game here. Queen c2, maybe I could just go f5. No, okay. Go f5 now. I don't want to let him trade queens if possible. I'm trying to keep the pieces on the board. Might have been a mistake, and maybe I should have taken the pawn when I had the chance, but... Okay, I gotta go fast. Gotta go. Okay, now maybe he can't beat me in time. Let's see. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hoping that would have bought me a little more time, but no. Nope. Uh-oh. No! No! Not like that. Not like that. Stalemate? Can I get a stalemate? Ah. Ah. I was really hoping he was going to stalemate me. He has a lot of practice with that though, so that was a long shot. All right, I think we're going to play one last game even though he already won best of 5, obviously. Oh man. All right. Let's try this again. Oh, this might be the moment, guys. This might be the moment. It is. Stafford Gambit. You know what I'm going to play, right? You know what I'm going to play. Halloween Gambit. Yes. Why are the games unrated? So he doesn't take all my points because we're almost the same rating, even though we're not really the same skill level. And it's, yeah. That's why I want it unrated. I guess you could also make the argument that if I got lucky and won, he wouldn't want to lose his points, but it's okay. Let's see what he knows about the Halloween Gambit. Let's see what he knows. I want to get at least a draw. I don't want to lose 4-0. Although, Halloween Gambit's not really the opening to play to get a draw. So, he's either thinking because he hasn't really studied this much, or he's thinking because he studied it so much he has like 15 lines and he's just choosing which one to play. I hope it's not the latter, but it probably is. Probably like there's this line and that line, and I could play this line, but I think I'll just play this one. I'm gonna go bishop e6. Is this where I play d5? No. d5 here. The knight always jumps in, so... What am I supposed to do? Is it queen e2? Yeah, I think queen e2, the idea is we are pinning the bishop. So we're threatening something like d5, maybe? There's some tricky stuff here, I think, with d5. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like d5 is the move. Okay, well, definitely have to try this. So we'll go with the push, and then if I go check, I think he just sidesteps, right? So that doesn't look very good. So maybe we just take with the bishop and hit everything. So he does have queen d7. So maybe we take with the knight. And maybe we take with the knight to keep it keep it interesting here? I don't actually know. I might not even be playing the right line. I don't remember. But it looks like we... Actually, can you just go here? Maybe he can just do that. Yes. Hold up. I have bishop g5. Takes. There might be queen a5 though coming. Should have known better than to play this against Eric. Might have been a crucial mistake. Okay, so I mean, obviously he's threatening to just trade and castle and be up a piece. So I have to try to do something tricky. Bishop b5, he just goes back, I think. Bishop g5. I don't really know what to do. If I take, I assume he just takes with the queen. All right, hold up. So bishop g5, what's the problem? He takes here, right? And if I take, he goes check and wins my piece. So what can I do? Bishop b5 doesn't really look like it does anything. If I just castle, he's just going to castle. Well, wait, is there some crazy, let's see, takes. No, there's no way, right? Queen d7. No, there's no way we can do that. No way. Check. That's not going to work. I'm out of ideas, guys. I don't know what to do. I really have no idea. Okay. Well, you know what? I got to make a move. So I think I'm going to play here. And maybe, let's see. If he blocks here, there's still this, but then I have... Do I have b4? Bishop d2 in that situation? No, probably not. Yep. Kind of expected that. And... Okay, so this is pinned. This is not... that is a threat, actually. He could just do that and play queen d7. Bishop g5 doesn't really help me. I'm still worried about this queen a5 check move. I really need to get castled, though, to have any chance to create counterplay. But yeah, queen a5, though, is a big problem. So, I mean, I can go bishop d2, but that just feels... That just feels super weak. All right, I'm just going to move. I think we already lost this game, unfortunately. This is the problem if you play... This is the problem if you play a gambit that the other person knows really well. I should have thought about that, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity. You know what I should have done, actually, guys? There was another gambit. So instead of, like right here... Actually, never mind. I was going to say knight takes f7, but that's only against d6. I don't think you can play it against the Stafford gambit. Never mind. I take that back. Okay. Yeah, so we're just down a piece. We're just down a piece. There's nothing happening here. No compensation whatsoever. He's gonna take probably with the knight. And then I think I'm just gonna castle. Oh, with the bishop. Okay. I mean, I guess I could try to play bishop d3. Okay, here's my plan. Here's my plan. We castle queenside and we throw Harry and we hope for the best. It's not a good plan, but it's a plan. Had to get away from the rook. I don't know if he's setting up something here. Yes, he is. Let's stop that. And same plan. We just need some time to do it. Ooh, if I go here... No, you can't play bishop g4. It's not defended. Okay. There is 95 though, so maybe we go... Let's go here. Okay, I could play king b1, but... Do I really want to do that? Let's see. This knight is a problem, isn't it? f4, f5, but then my bishop's blocked, so it doesn't really help. g4, g5, but that seems so slow. I don't know. I'm just going to try to defend the pawn like this. Yeah. All right. Okay, we'll threaten to fork. We'll threaten to fork and maybe go g4 next and just see what happens. I feel like he's setting up some kind of crazy attack here, but I don't see it exactly, so we'll just continue. Aha. Interesting move. Okay, I guess we keep going. It's actually getting a little bit tricky, which is good because maybe there's a opportunity for some kind of a mistake he can make. So when you're down material, you want to try to get really complicated positions because you never know what might happen. So that's at least the good news here. That's probably nothing's going to happen, but at least there's some interesting things here. Like bishop e3 is a threat. He needs to keep the rook here to pin the pawn. But I'm also threatening to just move my queen, and then I'll have a fork, and it won't be pinned. So, okay. So if I take, he's going to go check. I'll get two pieces. He's going to get my queen. I take here. He takes. Wait, and but what's his plan against this move? Maybe he just sacks the rook. Maybe he just sacks the rook. It's probably my best try. Yeah, I think it's definitely right because it lets the rook out, which is nice. And he has to worry about this. Actually, no, if he... Oh, hold on. He has to worry about that, but also maybe this, right? No, not if he recaptures with the queen. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Yikes. Yikes. Wow, that's a really good move because it's hitting my bishop too, guys. That is a great move. Well, I guess we have to do this. Seems like the only move. And then all of our threats kind of disappear, I think. Actually, bishop d7. Yeah, bishop d7, huh? I could take the bishop first, but if he takes me, what's my plan there? What's my plan, guys? He just takes it. I have no plan. I have no plan. I have to take here. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. Yeah. Good game. Good game. Or games. I tried, guys. You can really see the difference though, right? Like NM, it's a big difference. And you can hopefully you saw it in this match. Because like here's the thing, even though like that first game I was probably winning, I can't consistently do that, right? Like yeah, I'll have a good game every once in a while, but consistently you can kind of just see like he's generally going to be getting the upper hand, right? Let's go try to defend just for a few more moves. Here. Yeah, I think it's probably time. I think it's probably time, guys. Because after I move the rook, I'm losing this. Yeah, good games. Oh, man. That was fun. That was fun. What did we have? Probably 2 close games and 2 not so close games. First one was definitely my best chance. I think we're going to hop on a call in just a minute here and maybe just go over some of the games. So if you want to stick around for that. Hopefully the audio is not going to sound weird. I think I have it set to where it should be okay. Oh, good games. Good games to Eric. Yeah, that's a good question. So why is the gap so big if our ratings are roughly the same? I think it's because Eric doesn't play a lot of Rapid on chess.com. I'm pretty sure if he did, he would be significantly higher. So I think that's why. Yeah. Good question though. Like his blitz rating is like, I don't know, it was 2,900 last time I checked. And I'm like 2,500. So you can kind of feel, you kind of feel the difference there. Yeah, and he's not even GM. So you can really see like the levels. Yeah, that's crazy. That's why when people say like, are you going to go for GM? They don't exactly know like what they're asking. Like there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen between NM and GM. So yeah, I'm sure he would be definitely 2,500. Probably like maybe even a little higher, maybe mid. I don't know. Depends how much he played, but yeah. All right, let me see if Eric is... I'm not watching his stream, so I'm not sure if he's ready to discuss or if he's still um, like talking about stuff with his viewers. Oh man, I want to see the first game because I feel like this is my best chance. Wait, what was the accuracy? 88, 88. Okay. Let's check the chart. Oh wow, 88.3 exactly. He had the brilliant move. And yeah, I had some moments where I was winning that game. Definitely did. Actually was never losing. Look at that. I was never losing until I lost on time. So I've got to be happy with that game. He's checking out the game. Okay. So I played this kind of weird line, but got into a good position. Yeah, knight b4 was actually the best move. And this was pretty good too. Okay, Stockfish wanted the knight taking. See, I was afraid that after c3, my knight wasn't going to get out. So Stockfish says rook b8, threatening this. I guess he just doesn't have an easy way to attack the knight because my bishop's defending it. Maybe that's what it is. You can't just attack it easily. Even though it's kind of stuck, he has no easy way to attack it. Yeah. All right. I think Eric's ready to chat. Oh, he made a classroom. Okay, cool. Hold on, guys. 1 second. All right. Hold on. I guess you can see both of our analysis at the same time. I've never actually done this, so
I don't know if you can hear me, but I think I unmuted myself.
all right, guys, I'm going to bring Eric on. Hopefully this sounds okay. Let me unmute.
I just don't want to mess anything up in case.
Hey, man, you're
yeah.
you're live now. Good games.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, GG's.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to be the one defending against Gambits.
Yeah, I try to play kind of crazy most of the time, so.
I could
Are you,
tell that. Yeah, I think like every single game we played, you were being like the more aggressive one. I was defending.
yeah, a lot of people have said that I actually usually do that a little bit too much. And if I, toned it back a little bit, I might do better. But I have fun that way,
It's
so.
always a matter of balance. Yeah, but I think a few of the games you got good positions, especially this first game. You were I feel like you were on the verge of winning.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, so I sent you this classroom link.
Yes.
Are you able to like see when I make moves?
Yes, I'm seeing it right
Oh,
now.
sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
And I assume, can I make moves too? No, I can't.
Oh, let me give you power. Actually, I don't know how to give you power.
Okay. I don't think I
Um,
can. Let me see. No, it's not letting me do anything, I don't think.
yeah,
Participants.
I don't use this feature too often.
Yeah, same. But it works. You can just make the moves, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um
Were you like specifically prepared for this line? Because I've never seen this before.
so I knew that you played the Jobava London stuff, and so I
Okay.
literally spent like 2 minutes the other day just looking if I could. I just wanted to make sure that like knight c6, d6, e5 wasn't like super bad, and I happened to notice
Gotcha.
that Stockfish said you could play bishop g4 there, and that's it. That's all I remembered, and I was like, well, I'll just play that and hope it works out. So yeah, it was kind of new. That was the first time I played it, but
Okay. Yeah, it's nice prep. Yeah, this is usually like players get kind of stuck with like lack of space, and a lot of players don't play e5 because they're scared. But
Right, right.
it kind of works out for black.
Yeah, yeah, it's really interesting that you could play that and then just take back with the pawn. Yep.
Then I think you were just better like in the middle game. Maybe I misplayed it somewhere, but uh, yeah, like when I lost a2, I just felt much worse. I can't actually trap your bishop.
Yeah. Did you consider taking on d1 with the king instead of the knight? I was wondering.
I did. I thought that you still have maybe takes on a2. I thought this gives you more options.
Okay.
Um, I forget specifically what I was scared of.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I just remember I was surprised when you played the knight. For some reason I thought you were going to take with the king, and then I don't remember if I was going to take on a2 immediately or check first or something. Yeah. I just
Yeah,
thought you were going to do it that way, but
I think I was just scared of rook d8,
okay.
and then like king c1. Okay, so the engine is pointing out this line. I don't know if I acknowledged this during the game, but now you can take on a2, and I don't have b3 because bishop a3 is checkmate.
Oh, yeah, I did not see that. Okay. Ah, wow. That's interesting.
So I
Okay.
just kind of came to terms with the fact that I'm losing the pawn here
Sure, sure.
and figured might as well just try and get my bishop back into play and just beat down a pawn.
Yeah.
And
Oh, a6 was
then
bad, huh? What's so bishop c4 is what I was supposed to play?
looks like it. Yeah, bishop c4. I guess because I am threatening c3, and then your knight, like if you have to play knight c6 knight trade, then at least there's compensation for white.
Sure. And then bishop c4 also threatens b5. It's just a better way of doing it than a6. Okay.
Yeah, the bishop's much more useful here.
Yeah.
And if I play c3, you have knight d3.
Sure.
So yeah, this let me back in the game, and then I was still under pressure. I think you played really well to ensure like you don't lose a pawn. And I have all these things to deal with. I really wanted to take on a5 and sack my rook,
Yeah, I wondered if you were going to do
but
that.
you're just in time to stop it. Like I get to a7 and then you move your bishop and
Oh, you
I'm
were going
down
to
a
sack
rook.
the rook. Okay, no, I didn't actually consider that. Wow.
So
I
there's
thought you
also
might
knight
take it and
c1.
then move the king, but okay. Or sorry, knight c1 and then like king d2 is what I was thinking, but I didn't think about actually
Right.
just sacking the rook.
But then you have bishop c4 and like you're in full control here.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so went for something a bit safer. But then I didn't win back my pawn, and yeah, at some point it just got insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we actually need to analyze this, but
Yeah, no, I don't remember much. I was
uh,
just trying not to lose on time and not blunder
yeah,
something.
likewise. I think the whole, oh, you're actually winning here according to the engine. Yeah, because your knight did get in, but just a time scramble.
Yeah. I should have just taken the pawn here. I don't know why I was
Then
thinking I
at
could.
least if you flag, I don't have sufficient mating material.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard to play these time scrambles. Like I always
Yeah,
feel so
sure.
slow.
Sure. Actually was playing a game like a couple weeks ago where my opponent had two pawns, and I had a knight,
Oh,
and I didn't have sufficient material, but he actually smothered himself in the corner and I mated him with the
oh,
knight. So
that's really
got the
funny.
win even without the material.
So what he could have done if you just had a king and knight is he could just purposely lose on time.
Yes.
And even if you
Yes.
have forced mate, the game will be declared a draw. It's like one of these
Yes.
weird loopholes.
Well, and it was funny because we were both time scrambling, and he didn't have I didn't have a forced mate. He was just pushing his pawns, and I was just kind of like moving my knight around, trying to slow him down. And then he ended up just his king was like on a1, pawns on a2 and b2, and then my knight just landed on b3, like checkmate. So
That's really funny.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just setting it up so people can appreciate if I don't know how to set up a position here.
Are you setting it up in
Um,
the classroom?
yes. Oh,
Oh,
is it not
okay.
synced?
I'm still seeing the game position.
Ah, okay. What if I do this?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, he
Um,
actually had. It was like I think his pawn was on B2, and then he was pushing. So my knight was on like D2. His pawn was on B2, and he was pushing his A pawn down the board.
I see.
And I was moving my knight back and forth on like B1 and D2.
Okay.
And then it worked out just nicely. So where when he played A2, I had knight B3, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah, that was
Gotcha.
the checkmate.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And
he kind
he
of
had
just
like one
walked into
second
your
on the
hand.
clock. So if he would
That's
have
funny.
just been a little bit slower, he would have gotten a draw, but ended up losing. It was amazing.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I have to find that clip on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of the streams. I don't remember which one it is. I was supposed to make a video. I just forgot. I think I have to go back and
Gotcha.
do that, but
For
definitely
sure.
pretty good
Yeah,
one.
because I once had a position where it was forced mate and
Oh,
my
with the
opponent
knight against the
flagged.
pawns?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I sent an angry tweet at chess.com complaining, like, is there any way to appeal this game? It was just like
Oh,
a blitz game from the pool, but yeah, it's like it's not addressed in the chess.com rules where yeah,
so are
if you
the
flag.
is that a US Chess Federation rule or like cuz aren't FIDE rules different?
So yeah, so in according to US chess and FIDE, like let's say it's this position, it'll be black to move. If it's black's move, black's only legal move is a2,
Right.
and then knight b3 is mate. So in an over the board game, then it's declared a win for white.
Oh, okay.
Even in US chess, there's a stipulation. But on chess.com, they just see that king and knight, it's not sufficient mating material. So if black flags in this position, even though mate is coming next move, they still call it a draw.
Sure.
So yeah, it's very unlikely that this happens. It probably happens like once every few 100,000 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you'd imagine there should be like some line of code to account for this situation.
Sure. Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be that hard. Just like check if there's a mate in, a couple of moves, and if so, you don't do the draw. You give him the win. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, FIDE rules, like even if it's not force mate and it's like knight versus pawn, that's still considered sufficient mating material.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
So
something most people don't have to worry about though.
yeah, yeah. So have you studied the Halloween Gambit?
Oh, I've studied it more from the white side actually.
Okay, but you are
Um,
familiar with a lot of the lines.
I know some of the recommended lines, yes. I know
Okay.
that D5 is like considered to be one of the best moves. It's
Yes.
actually the top engine move. I played C6 because I think it's easier to understand that like as black you want to play D5. You don't want white to take on D5 and then eventually bishop E6.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, but I was saying this like during our game. I've studied this deeply from the white side. I checked after the game. Against C6, the best move here is Queen E2.
Ah. Okay.
In most cases, Queen F3 is best, but in this specific case, Queen E2 is
Because
better
you
to
prevent D5.
discourage the D pawn from moving. Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and then yeah, it's hard for black to develop. And you have like H4, H5 coming or F4, F5.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So against C6, Queen E2. Okay, that's what I need to remember. I think I just always play Queen F3, and that makes sense why I'm not getting into some good positions after here.
Sure. Yeah, like I think most like unprepared players play bishop b4, and this is where queen f3 is very strong.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I enjoy like taking these dubious gambits and then studying them at a very high level.
Yeah.
and then being prepared against players who maybe are also prepared, but then I try and prepare more deeply.
Yeah, yeah. So you've had some crazy wins recently, right? Against some really top GMs. Can you show that line that where you beat who was it Arjun?
Oh,
Eric Icy?
uh, I did beat Arjun. It wasn't really based on the opening. It was just a title Tuesday game.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
might be thinking of the World Rapid and Blitz. I won in the Stafford Gambit in like 14 moves against a GM.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't
Um,
actually know if I've seen that game.
okay. Yeah, I was slightly disappointed you didn't accept my Stafford Gambit, but I guess it makes sense if you like to play Halloween Gambit.
Yeah. Well, and
Um,
I knew that you played the Stafford Gambit a lot, so I'm like, no, I don't think that's a smart thing to do.
if you're prepared, then it's like it is smart because white's like plus nearly +2 if you know the best line.
Right.
Um, but the game I played in New York at the World Rapid Blitz was as a against a GM who like tried to play safely, and we entered this position, and this is already nearly winning for black.
Wow.
The game
Queen
went queen
D4. Okay.
d4, castling, and then knight g4, and the attack is like super super strong.
Nice fishing pole idea.
Yeah, and like white has to take the knight, otherwise knight f2 is coming, and I take back, and now this is a threat.
So
Queen
is Queen
e5.
E1, is there something wrong with Queen E1 trying to defend that?
Oh yeah, queen e1, queen e5, and white's gonna have to take the knight eventually.
And G3 or
G3, take
oh, of
G3.
course.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yes.
Now I've shown this line a lot on YouTube, and so many
Yeah.
people ask like, why not G3? But
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
pawn is
Sure.
pinned.
Okay, so
So
they have to take it.
they take, and this is one of the deepest traps that it looks like white is nearly surviving with G3, King G2, Rook H1. Um, and we got to this position, King G2. So Queen H5 no longer is good because Rook H1. But there's a winning move here for black.
Yeah,
I was all
I
prepared
saw
for
the
this in the
I saw
game.
the engine line, so I know what
Okay,
it is,
yeah.
but
Yeah, it's another piece sack. Bishop takes F2.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so black sacks first the pawn, then the knight, then the bishop, and the game ended after it was rook takes F2 here, here. The game ended with mate on H1.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that bishop takes F2 move is kind of surprising.
yeah, it's not easy to figure out over the board, like especially if you're playing white. Like you imagine you get to this position, it looks all safe, but yeah, it's just some strong
Yeah, it
engine
reminds me of
approved
a
prep.
line. Are you familiar with the two knights defense at all? Some of the crazy lines there with black.
Oh yeah, sure. Like bishop c4, knight f6,
Knight f6,
g5.
d3, d5. Have you ever looked at these d5 lines?
Not seriously, no. I'm
S-
aware of its
So
existence,
there's
but
one line. Let's see, takes on d5,
okay.
knight takes. I think it's castles, bishop c5, and if black goes for, let's see, I think it's rook e1, castles, knight takes e5. You can play
Ooh.
queen h4 here, and I'm pretty sure this is the position. If white plays g3, I think bishop takes f2 is like a winning move.
Oh wow.
And it's kind of the same thing where they king takes f2, then queen takes h2, and then their king has to come up because you have bishop h3 if they go back.
Right.
So then you go
The
knight
king is just
d4,
walking
and the
into
king
the
just like runs
center.
all the way across the board. Yeah, I've played this line a lot, and I think it's c5 and then
Wow.
b6 after they take the knight on d5, and they're
Oh,
just
that's
getting
really
mated.
funny. If bishop b7's coming. That's
Yeah, there's
great.
like so many different ways that they can get checkmated here. It's pretty fun. But I thought about that when you played bishop takes f2. That kind of a weird sacrifice.
Yeah, this concept of like completely destroying the castle king,
Yeah, that's pretty
getting so
cool.
much initiative. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool how many lines there are where it's black who's like attacking white, where white castles and then gets like immediately attacked.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, in such cases you have to be very careful as white, like especially against gambits or like these very sharp aggressive lines.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And especially even at the GM level that you can get those crazy wins. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think one reason that it worked is like GMs don't really take the time to study like such dubious lines.
Sure.
Because you just turn on the engine, you see plus 1.5 for white, and you assume that it's not a serious opening. And then in Blitz, it's still tricky to figure out.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, the Halloween Gambit's definitely a nice weapon to have in the arsenal if you like aggressive lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I think my win rate with the Halloween Gambit is better than with other lines with white. So,
That's funny. Yeah. There's a chess.com like video series of like how to refute different gambits. I think
oh,
it's
okay.
by Grandmaster Perelstein. And he covers his recommended refutation against a Halloween. But if you dig even deeper, the recommended refutation is like it's still really fun to play for white.
Yeah.
And it's only like -1, but white has this massive pawn center,
Right.
and it's maybe along the lines of this queen e2 idea.
Okay.
I forget if he recommends c6 or d5, but yeah, Halloween, it's like there's no like crystal clear refutation as there is to the Stafford.
Gotcha. So, can we talk about the Sicilian game where you grabbed the pawn on e4?
Oh yeah, that was the one game like I was somewhat prepared for,
Okay.
although I was out of my prep pretty quickly.
So, like, I know that there's a line where you play c3, d4, and you sack the
Yep.
pawn on e4, but I couldn't really remember what to do after, like, bishop g5.
Okay, this is actually the one thing I checked like this morning. I was just curious, like what you like to play as white. I saw you have games in this previously.
Yeah.
You maybe had 10 games in this position
Yep.
about, but yeah, it looks fun for white. Like Engine will say it's close to equal. I played Bishop C6, which is playable, but I didn't check C4, so I was out of prep. The only thing I checked was takes, and D5.
Oh, okay. So c4
Um,
actually Stockfish likes that move, doesn't it? Okay, interesting.
which makes a ton of sense. Yeah, you're preparing D5 and knight C3,
Right.
and it's so hard for me to develop my king side with your E file and your bishop.
Right. Right.
And I took on D4, you take.
Oh, knight takes is better. So I went wrong with taking with the queen.
Oh yeah, you
Ah.
took with queen, right? Allowing me to take on F3.
Yeah, I thought this bishop takes f6 line was like going to be good for me, but I guess not. Okay.
Just realizing I could have taken on G2.
And is what's the idea that if I take on g7, you play rook g8?
There's rook G8. Yeah, I think I just missed this. That like there's this nice X-ray vision.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think I was only calculating takes, and then it's good for white.
Sure, sure.
Oh, actually, this is still good for black because I have king D7, and you can't take my bishop with either thing because rook G8.
Whoa. Okay,
So,
that's
okay,
cool.
maybe a few lines missed there.
So instead of queen takes d4, if you take with the knight, what's the idea for white there?
So it takes with knight. I think that way you don't have to deal with bishop takes F3.
But
And
then
if I
you can
play
just play
E6,
e6 because I don't have the
right.
same pressure with the queen, right? Hmm.
Yeah, the engine is giving some weird line where you take on F6 and you take on C6 and you play Queen A4.
That is kind of annoying.
And I guess it's possible to find because it's all like forcing, like take, and then attack the pawn. And I can't easily
Yeah.
defend this pawn. Like rook c8, there's queen a6.
Interesting.
So yeah, objectively, that was probably the best line to go for.
Okay, so queen takes, and then you traded and went back.
Yeah, and then I went for this rook g8 idea. I was excited to just go for g5. And yeah, initially when I went for this, I was going to play e6, but then I saw queenside castling, which looked even more enjoyable for black.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that I was gonna get some really nice counterplay, but it just didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, I was scared at some point though. Like your knight came to d5. I thought rook d1 was a great move. Um,
Yeah, like
yeah,
right
maybe around
here, I don't know
here.
why I thought like no, there's no way he can take on a2 because surely I have some way to generate an attack, but just couldn't
Right.
really find it.
Engine says just take on g5, and
Yeah.
I was calculating takes on g5. I was gonna take the knight, and if takes back with pawn, we trade a lot of things like bishop c3, rook c1. I take, you take. Um, Still probably close to equal.
Yeah.
You also have rook d5, and yeah, it's actually a three result game because the pawns are kind of scattered. Like either side could maybe still try and play for a win.
Ah, so taking with the rook was better because then you don't have the two connected passed pawns. Is that the idea?
Yeah, and you keep your bishop defended, so bishop c3
Hmm.
is not much of a concern.
Yeah, okay. Because I took with the pawn there, right?
Actually, you played bishop d6, so
Oh, you were
it
looking
would have
at.
been best to take on g5
Ah,
first.
okay, okay. Sorry, I forgot we
No
weren't at the
worries.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
but bishop d6, and then I was able to take, and then you don't actually win back the pawn, and
Gotcha.
this kind of cost you.
Okay, but even there, taking with the rook was a little bit better. Okay.
Yes, yeah, to at least keep the file open, pressure the pawn, and yeah, the pawn on c4 is a good kind of good pawn at stopping b5.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
But yeah, once I got the blockade, even though it looks scary, you can't really make progress.
Yeah, I totally missed rook c2, and yeah, it's just over
Uh-huh.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
So when did you become an international master? Was it? It's been a while, right?
it's been a long time. Yeah, about 10 years ago,
Oh, okay. Wow.
2015. Yeah, I'll be celebrating my 10th anniversary of getting the IM title. It was September 2015.
Nice. Nice. Cool.
And what about you? Are you chasing FM or IM or beyond?
Not really. I just kind of have been trying to see how high I can get my rapid rating on chess.com, and I've told people if I get to 2500, maybe I'll try to do something. But no, right now pretty busy with life. We have three kids, so
Oh, wow.
just
Okay.
young kids, so it's kind
It's
of
a lot to
busy
juggle,
season.
I imagine.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, very nice.
yeah. Cool. Well, good games. That was a lot of fun, even
Yeah,
though I
great games. Yeah,
lost.
it's great to collab. A lot of people were in my chat very excited that we're finally playing against each other. So,
Yeah, same. Yep.
um, yeah, I do have to go very soon, so
Yeah, no
I'll
problem.
let you
Yep.
go as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, have a good rest of the stream, and we'll be in touch.
Okay. Sounds good, Eric. Thanks a lot. Good games.
Sure thing, Nelson.
All
Nelson,
right.
good
Take it
games.
easy.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Let me close the Zoom, guys. All right. That was cool. Got to learn some things. I got to learn some opening stuff. You could kind of hear, I mean, I hope you could hear how he's just even more prepared. Like, even on the lines that I've played, he kind of knows more than I do, right? And even was calculating some things that I didn't even really look at in the game. So you can kind of see the difference. So, Connor, that was a lot of fun. That was fun. I really was hoping I was going to at least win one game, but I felt like I played well. You know, that's all you can really do. So Yeah, Rob. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see, what time is it? Let me play one. Let me play one game, just a regular game to kind of finish out the stream. All right. How does that sound? I'm gonna go out of the classroom now. Lessons over for the day. Actually, I got 4 lessons from Eric today. So, what's the score? The score was 4-0. Yeah, he kind of stomped me, but first game was close. I put up a fight. All right, we're gonna play one quick game here and then call it a day. Yes, good YouTube title. I destroyed chess vibes. Yeah, that's okay. It was fun. No, but I mean, you could really see like there's a big gap between NM and IM, I think. And I've noticed that too. Like when you play IMs, they just seem very strong. And then I guess I feel like the gap between NM and IM is bigger than the gap between IM and GM. Like I've seen some really strong IMs that can kind of hold their own against GMs. It's rare that you'll find an IM who like can play, you know, against NM. Okay. Let's play the Halloween Gambit since we just learned about it. Oh, Eric's, what does that say? Like a weird color. I see something there. Can I see it? Okay. He redirected. I think that's what it says. It's like white text on a white background, but I think it says that his viewers are here. So if you're coming from Eric's channel, welcome. Eric Raid arrived. Nice. Well, just in time for a Halloween Gambit. Let's go with e5, and I actually know that if they play c6, I don't play queen f3. I play queen e2. We might actually see the exact line that we just talked about, which is pretty funny. If I get to put that knowledge to use right now. Are we going to see it? c6? This is why you need to study your openings. Okay, no, this is what he just said, and this was queen f3, right? You guys remember that? So c6 is when you play queen e2. Okay, queen e7. Okay, I'd love to be able to play knight d5, but I can't. It's not a legal move. So we either go bishop d2, or maybe we castle, but then we can't attack with h4, which is kind of nice. So I'm leaning towards bishop d2. See, do I have any other moves? No, probably. Let's go bishop d2. So we break the pin, so we are threatening knight d5, so he's going to take it. Okay, sure. We could take with the bishop and castle. Take with the pawn. Then I don't know where my king, maybe my king has to go this way. I think we take with the bishop. Yeah, let's take with the bishop and castle queenside. We're going to have both rooks in the center. And probably push the pawns forward. Yeah, welcome guys from Eric's stream. Good to see you here. Okay, let's do it. Let's castle. And we can really focus on probably pushing in the center. Or maybe throwing these pawns forward looks pretty good too. Black's problem is if you try to push the d pawn now, I can probably take and pin the queen. So I think black is going to castle. But then I think we can, yep, okay, I think we can try to attack with the pawns. d5, d6 would be nice, but I think we don't get there in time. Black plays d6, and if we push, that does not look good. Then we're opening up black's rook. So probably, let's see, h4. Maybe just g4. No, g4, g5 is not going to work. h4. Let's think about this. I feel like this is kind of a critical moment. We need to make sure we don't mess this up. Can I sack this pawn though? h4, the knight takes it. Maybe we can go queen h5, sacking the knight. The knight goes back. I'm pretty happy with that because we can push this pawn. We're in the checkmate here. So I think we can safely sack this pawn, and if they don't take it, then we push it to h5 next move. I think so. Let's do that. What are the odds? What are the odds that right after we analyze that game, I get to play it? That's pretty funny. Like the exact, well, almost the exact line. He didn't play c6, but this was literally one of the lines that we talked about. Okay, he's playing d5. It looks like he's trying to go for this. But I don't have to take with the bishop. I can take with the queen. And I think we're in an okay position there. You have to go, Alderado. Take it easy. Thanks for being here. I don't know what sport is that? I don't even know. Bishop e6. Ooh, didn't consider that move. Okay, so I need to probably... Only move looks like is to go here. Didn't consider that. Soccer? Yeah, it sounded like soccer, but... Atletico? I'm not familiar with that team. Champions League? Okay. Yeah, he's trying to make me move my queen away from the defense of the bishop. We have to keep that defended, so here we go. Not ideal that we traded another piece, but the pawns are still going to be pretty dangerous. I would like to keep the queens on the board, though, I think. Just noticed this one. If I take the queen, he takes back here. We might have a hard time pushing the pawns. I think I'm going to go maybe here. We might have to sack another pawn, but then we can at least launch the attack, I think. Although queen d3, rook d8, we have to worry about this. I guess like... Hold up. I could play d5. I could play queen b3. Maybe allow this capture and then we push our pawns. Okay, let's do that. I actually don't mind that so much. I don't know. Something just felt wrong about moving the queen here. I just didn't feel right. This way? I'm going to try to use the pawns. Yeah, let's see what's happening. He wants to go here. Kind of have to let him. Let's get the king up on c3. You've got the two pawns in the center against the knight. It's not as bad as it looks. It's really not as bad as it looks. Also have the A file. If we want to put a rook there, we can. Maybe rook g1, g4 looks good. Then the knight has a problem. It doesn't have anywhere to move to. Okay, so now g4, he's going to take this, right? I mean, I could just go here and then play g4. Am I missing a tactic? I don't think so. Yeah, h5 makes sense. Okay, so if we can't do that, then what can we do instead? Maybe I'll play c3. Get the pawn chain going here. b6. Okay. I'm going to push this pawn. I want to make sure my king always has a place to go to if I need it. He wants to sink his knight there maybe, so maybe I just go back so we can play c4. Or I just play c3 and take my time. I just take my time with it. Maybe I'll just do that. You don't need to panic here. I mean, black still has to figure out a way to get through, which is not that easy with the pawns like this. And go rook here. Okay, he goes back to g6. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and put the rook on a1. Let's defend. Yes, we have to worry about this. I don't know which way to take. I'm going to take this way, but I'm not 100% sure that was the right decision. It's a temporary pawn sacrifice, but we're going to get it right back. We're going to get it right back. Because black can't defend it. Oh, actually, that is kind of defending it. Let's avoid the fork. You guys see that? Sneaky fork there. Now I think we can take it. Although the rook's coming. Ooh, all right. This is, takes check. No, it's not coming. Okay. There is a check. No, he does that instead. Okay. What to do? What to do? What happens if I go here? No, I get forked. I have to get away from this knight. I just have to get away from this knight. This knight is killing me. How do I do that? Can't go there. Okay. Man, there's just so many forks. He's gonna go here. What can I do? No, he's not. All right, I'm going to try to go over here. Okay, finally, no forks. Yeah, now actually the king feels pretty safe. So now we can just kind of sit here, and black has to figure out how to make progress. Maybe I can put some pressure on these other pawns as well. Okay. I mean, I might have to be happy with the draw. Game didn't really go the way that I wanted it to, so at this point, we still lose 4 points, but there's just not much I can do. Okay, he doesn't want to draw. Okay. He doesn't want to draw. We can pin that knight. We can pin it temporarily. I wonder if I can... I was going to say do this, but I don't know if that's a smart thing to do. Okay, he gets out of the pin. I'm going to try to go over here and hunt this pawn down. Because black is a little tied up. You don't want to move your rook or you lose your knight. Move your knight, lose your pawn. King can't really come out. It's not that easy for black to find a move here. I don't think. Wait, what? He's just going to sack it? Okay. Just going to sack the pawn. I'm not sure why. I'm going to go attack the knight. I'm just going to take everything. I'm just going to take everything. I'll take all the pawns. Now he's threatening this one. Let's push him. Let's just push him. I have a lot of pawns now. Just don't have a lot of time on the clock. I don't know. Just keep pushing, I guess. I'm gonna move my king up and defend everything. Just keep defending. Knight here. Here. Oh, he's got rook. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But I gotta move. I gotta move. Okay, it's not that simple though, guys. It's not that simple. Oh, that's checkmate. I have to go this way. Wow. Wow. Oh no. This might end badly. This might end badly. Check here. Maybe I'm surviving. Check here. Maybe I'm not surviving. I'm getting mated. Ah. I'm getting mated if he sees it. Maybe he won't see it. Okay, maybe they didn't see it. I don't have time. I don't have time. Okay. Checkmate, yeah. I threw that game at the end. I totally threw it. We had all those pawns. All I needed to do was avoid like one little tactic, and I couldn't do it. How sad. How sad. Yeah. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. That's probably where he threw all the pawns. You see that peak? It's probably where he threw all the pawns. Let's see. Yes, that's exactly where. Man, time pressure, guys. It's the time. Let's see what the win was. So it was probably just relatively equal. Yeah, slight advantage for black. And then for some reason they just gave me all the pawns. Not sure why. And then I just blundered this tactic. I just blundered it. I thought I had the solid setup. Forgot about the pin. Look at this. The pin allows this, and I just lose everything. So if I would have played, let's just say, King C5, attacking the knight, now we're in good shape. And just keep pushing. Fred got me. Oh, man. Yeah, for those asking about Eric's channel, it's linked in the description, guys. Just click on the link in the description. It'll take you right to his channel. Okay, I gotta play one more game. I can't end on that, can I? Can't end on that one. Well, let's do one more. Let's do one last game. Oh, this is a new account. Uh-oh. I'm scared. I gotta do the check. Hold on. I gotta do the check. Wow. They have in their profile, I always cook with wine. Well, as long as they don't cook with rice, I'm fine. As long as they don't cook with rice, we're good to go. I'm gonna go over this Kali setup again. I like the Kali setup here. Nice and solid. Okay, no problem. Let's play e5. No problem at all. Whoa. Whoa. This guy gonna let me push? Ooh. He's gonna let me push. Okay, let's push. Now we need to figure out how do we attack the king here. Usually pushing your f-pawn is a good way to do it. Got to keep things open here, so we'll take that. I'm going to use this knight because I want to open up the bishop. I want to, let's see. Can I sack this? Is what I'm trying to consider. Let's see. Takes. F5, maybe. Yeah, somehow we need to. Yeah, let's go 94 here. I'm gonna sack a pawn, but I'm trying to open things up and get to the king because White's made some big weaknesses around their king. So I feel like sacking a pawn just to get everything to open up is the way to go. Could be wrong, but we will find out very soon here. Let's go here. Sacks the knight, gets the queen into the action. Can I play bishop g4? Jack. Maybe that's too much. Maybe it's too much. All right, let's do this instead. And maybe I'll try to put my bishop. Okay, he's going to c3. Let's go knight f6. Got to get the rook involved and the bishop. So let's get the knight off the back. Yeah, if you're here to see the match against Eric, that happened earlier in the stream. And I'm just finishing out with a couple of games. I had a little bit more time, so just finishing out here. Let's go bishop e1. I think I need to strike now while I have the opportunity. Although bishop e1 still might be a problem. All right, let me go bishop e6. I need this rook to be connected. Let's see. How do we do this? Knight g4, knight e4, knight d5. Like, all these moves could be played. Knight e4. What's the idea? Well, if we take back, we open up the F file. That looks really good. Yeah. And we also maybe could take and play bishop d5. No, he's going to let me do it. Whoa. This guy is... Wait, what? He forgot about the queen. They just blundered a piece. They just blundered a piece. Okay. They forgot the queen was defending it. I mean, that's a pretty big mistake. Why does my heart rate go up every time I look at it? I literally just looked at it and it went up like immediately. It's pretty funny. Okay. Are they going to resign? No, they're not. Play on. They say play on. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could trade and win a pawn and go into the endgame up a piece. Yeah, that should be. Is it good enough? Hold on. I don't have to do that. I can also just play like bishop d5 here and be just very happy with my amazing position. Maybe I should just do that. Let's just do that instead. I was going to trade, but this way the bishop is going to be so amazing. I think we'll just do it like this. I don't get the extra pawn, but I was afraid that if I took, they took, I took, they took, I took, then they at least have these pawns that they start pushing, and maybe there's some counterplay. Probably not, but you never know. This way seems like there's no counterplay here, I don't think. Let's invade with my bishop. We're threatening to go there. Okay. I think we can safely trade this. Run with our king now. Up the board here. Okay, yeah, this should be, as far as I can tell, this should be a relatively easy win, I think. Let's push a pawn. Push another pawn here. And if I get the opportunity, okay, they're not going to let me. I was going to say I was going to cement a pawn on a white square so I could attack it. So this is probably smart by our opponent. But I still think they're going to end up in a Zugzwang situation relatively easily. So let's just push, I think. So Zugzwang is when you don't have any moves left, right? So in these types of endgames, once all the pawns get locked up, eventually I'm going to be the only one who's able to make a decent move because I have the bishop. I can always move it, and white's going to be just stuck, probably. So let's see. I think all we have to do is just set that up. So we come in with the king, and already you're starting to see it a little bit. Watch this. I'll show you. I'll put the bishop here. I don't want to lose my bishop to a tactic, but what I can do is go like here. And now, look, white is running out of moves. You guys see that? And I'm just going to keep doing that. So now let's see, maybe here would be one way. And they just don't really have any moves. And now I can come over here, take the pawns, and probably just win. So even just take this is fine. Now we come back. Not a big deal. Take this. Let's see. Yeah, I can even let him take that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's see. Take here. Take here. Go here. Okay, there you go. You don't want to resign for some reason, so we'll get the queens. Make sure that it's not stalemate. Make sure they have a place to move. Get another queen if you want. Check. It's okay. As long as it's a check, it's fine, and then we can checkmate. Good game to end on. I'm happy with that. 88? Yeah, so there was just that one mistake. They just missed the, that the pawn was defended. If they would have noticed that, though, I think we still were going to have a decent position. So let's say they would have noticed this. Well, you can't take it, though. You have to, like... Wait, Stockfish says you can take it. And play bishop e1. Ooh. That's a great move. Because it forces my queen away from the defense of the pawn. Whoa. And then they take it. So I actually blundered, but I didn't realize it, and they didn't see it, and just lost their piece. Yikes. All right, guys. I gotta go. Again, thank you to Eric. Make sure you check out his channel. Links in the description if you want to see his side of the stream. It was some good games. Although I did... Well, I won't tell you if you haven't seen it yet. I'll let you watch it. But... yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks for being here. And as always, stay sharp, play smart, and take care. Bye, everybody.